Hey guys, I wanted to send out another video as we're nearing the year, and I kind of wanted to give you the next steps now that the white paper is done and out there. So the white paper actually kind of turned into a first draft, which is a good thing for you guys because you have a lot more to go from. So we need to be doing two things between now and December 1. There are two things your group needs to do. The first is to go through and address any comments in the white paper. So you can actually, if you want to, just change the title of the white paper to first draft and just go from that. We don't need to start a new document, nothing like that. So there are comments that the steering committee's made and your peers have made. Go through and address those. Some of them are small, related to grammatical type of things. Some of them are larger, where they've identified areas where there's missing substance and things like that. So go back in, address those, incorporate that into your first draft, aka the white paper. And also, what we really need to start doing now is we're really getting into kind of the heart of the writing. So I've got group 3's paper up here just to kind of use as an example, because they have so many moving parts, and your criterion are going to have a lot of moving parts as well. So what they've done here is exactly what they needed to do for the white paper. They've addressed core component 3D with several arguments, and the arguments are very short and sweet, which is perfect for the white paper. But what we need to do for the self-study is we need to now start talking about these things in detail, and we need to start pointing to evidence. As an aside, I'm going to send out an evidence list to everybody a bit later, either today or tomorrow. So for example, 3D talks about providing support for student learning and effective teaching. So they've got here student support services for on-ground. They've got a little blurb. Student support services for online. They've got a little blurb. But what we really need to know is, what are those support services? So start listing these out. Start talking about processes in detail, procedures in detail. Refer people to the handbooks. Refer people to the evidence. You can just list that in the text or as a footnote. But start building these arguments out into sort of a full kind of argument. So listing things out, talking about processes and procedures in detail, and referring them to evidence, and incorporating evidence. So if you have examples of things that have happened, of changes that have occurred, or something like that, start writing about those. And you don't have to worry about, if it's easier for you to really just hone in on one section at a time, instead of trying to have, because now, before we were trying to have breadth, and now we're trying to have depth. So if it is helpful to really just focus on, one thing in detail, please do that. And so that's kind of where you need to go. As I said before, if, the groups that make, substantial progress between now and December, get December off. But if you don't, you may still have some follow-up work to do in December. And I know that's a kind of a crazy time of year for everybody. So do your best. Please email me with questions, and I will hopefully follow up with you soon. Okay.